Okay, very good evening to all of you who are joining us on this Sunday evening at 4 o'clock. I believe and wish every one of you are keeping well and your family as well. So today we are having this quick 1 hour meetup come live talk, you would say, or a demonstration for this amazing project, which these young innovators, all you can see their images, we have the young innovators on board with us. So may I please request Mr. Vikesh, Prateek, Gurdeep, and Shabir to please turn on your video. I believe you have the right, yes. A very good evening to all of you and a very warm welcome. And I'm really glad to see all these young, dynamic young innovators and who have created this amazing projects on AI-powered auto damage detection on insurance claims. So today we are talking about AI everywhere. Right? It has, as I always say, it has gone to the remotest area of the country as well. Individuals who have no idea, but they still have heard that name, artificial intelligence. So how that AI works in real life scenarios, how AI is being practiced and it is being worked on these real situations. Like last time we had a similar kind of session, and today we are coming up with this amazing project these individuals they have created. So there are a lot of individuals out there who are curious to know, who wanted to make their career, who are the friend sitters who always wanted to get into that data science or AI or artificial intelligence. So that session, I believe that will be an eye opener for all of them. Maybe a kind of nobody can become an expert in a 1 hour session, but at least that will be a foundation. That will give you an idea that if these individuals, all these young innovators, they can create that excellent, amazing project. So why not you can do that? So without taking much time, so let me please introduce our young innovators. We have Shabir Governor with us. He's an aspiring young data scientist and the budding data scientist with 2 years of experience in software development. And currently, he is pursuing his master's and postgraduate program in data science. And he comes from BTech in electronics and communication background. And we have Vikesh with us, again, an aspiring data scientist with 2 years of experience in similarly software development. And he comes from a BSc computer science background, currently pursuing his data science program. Gurdeep Singh we have. So Gurdeep Singh, he is a fresher. And he did his BSc in computer science. I believe I'm right, Gurdeep? So, right? So
yes,
you,
sir, very much.
yes. And Prateek also, he is an inspiring data scientist and the young budding data scientist, innovators. All of these individuals who are, you can see you on your screen, they are all the young innovators. He's also an aspiring data scientist, Prateek Khanna, and he did his BSc in computer science and he's a fresher. So I will open up the entire virtual dais to you guys. So please, you are the rock star. Please, over to you. A quick introduction, then we'll start off with the session. And quickly, I'll set up the agenda. And I forgot to mention that these individuals, all 4 of them, the young dynamic innovators, their project has been recognized at the Asia's one of the largest innovation award that we host, that is Aegis Graham Bell Award. They have been recognized and given the recognition by the ministries, by all these top-notch innovators across the globe. So we are really glad to have these young minds, young innovators, ignited minds on board with us. And this is the quick agenda for today's talk and a meetup. We will be having the overview and the live demonstration of the project, what they have created, which is an AI-powered auto damage detection for the car insurance claims. Also, we will be asking them, and so what is the idea and motivation behind coming up that kind of project? What are the challenges, obviously, they have faced? What are the tools and technologies they have used for executing that particular project? We will be also knowing them from them because they have been working in that industry, closely working with the technology, that what would be the automation of data science task the future, where the future is heading to. We will be trying to get the different dimensions of data science, AI, and its future scope. And obviously, there are individuals, I certainly believe that there are individuals out there who are watching and attending this session live, who are the young career aspirants, there are working professionals as well, who are looking forward to make their career transitions like Shabir and Vikesh they have done. So they wanted to get into that data science. So what would be the takeaway? So there will be a takeaway session from these innovators we will be having. So this is how we will end up the session, by having a quick Q&A session. So over to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much to all the individuals who are attending on the Sunday evening for that demonstration and talk what we are conducting today. Thank you so much, guys. Over to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Good evening. This is Vikesh Mewada. I'm a computer science graduate and have 2+ years of work experience as a software engineer in L&T Infotech. And now I'll ask my team to introduce themselves first, and then we'll begin with the next demo and overview.
Hi guys, Shabir here. I also have 2 years of experience in software development, and yes, so here we are. So we have made this project, and I think once other guys introduce, so we'll start with the demonstration. Over to you, Gurdeep.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for attending the session. My name is Gurdeep Singh, and I'm a BSc Computer Science graduate pursuing data science at Aegis. I'm extremely happy to showcase our project in front of you guys. Pratik, you can introduce now.
Hello everyone, my name is Khanna and I have completed my BSc graduation from Itabai College in the year 2019 and I am currently a fresher.
Okay, so before like showcasing our demo, I would like to thank all my faculties at Aegis who like gave this platform to showcase our project, and like our project got recognized at Aegis Graham Bell Awards as well. So I'd like to thank everyone at Aegis, and Ritin sir, to you as well. So let's start first with an overview of our project. So as you know, our title of our project is AI powered auto damage detection for car insurance. So as we know that when we are filing for an insurance claim, we have to go through an inspection process, and it's a time consuming and it's not scalable manual car inspection, if we know. So we come up with an idea like where we can like utilize this deep learning skills and make this process not a whole part of it, but at least some part of this process we can automate, right? So we proposed one deep learning based object detection and image classification and image segmentation methods to determine damage status of a car. So we have created one a Flask web application where user can take and upload an image of an insured car and will get the details like on which side of the car the damage it is, how severe it is, and whether the car is actually damaged or not. And also in an output image will show like which part of the car it is actually damaged, like it's a dent or scratch. So let me share my screen and show you a demo. So I guess my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes, Vikesh. Yes.
Yeah. So we have recorded this video. I'd like to show that. So this is the Flask web application we have created in a Bootstrap. So first, this is the process like capture, upload, analyze, and result. So when you go down, there is a first step, insured car validation. So before proceeding with actual damage assessment, we'll need to validate what user is uploading. So we have to take an image where unclear number plate is visible. So here, so when our so when user uploads this image, our number plate detection and number plate recognition will be working in backend, and number will be coming in output. What is the number of this car? So you can see that DH61 DMGP is the number of this car. And then we are checking whether this car is registered with our insurance company or not. So we are using one database also in backend. So as you can see, these details that are coming like car registration number, car brand, car color, and car model is actually coming from our backend. So it is registered with an insurance company. So now user can proceed to the next step. So second step, in user need to upload an image of a car where the damage is visible. So here user will click on another photo of a car. As you can see in this image, there is a damage on front side on a bumper. So here our image classification, image segmentation model, and as well as image, like damage detection will be working in backend. So when you upload this image, so once this image is uploaded, three models will be working in backend, and as you can see that dent has been detected on the front part of this car. So we are using, first we are checking whether the uploaded image is of a car or not. So first we are doing a car validation. That is on the result side. You can see that car has been validated. A damage is also validated. Location is a front, and severity is severe. And we are doing image segmentation also. As you can see that in upper part of this output image, you can see that there is a dent has been detected. So this is the output of our three model that we are running in backend. I'll show you one more demo. So first user, as I said, need to upload a number plate image. So you can see that number plate is here clearly visible. So we are detecting number plate clearly. As you can see, there's rectangle bounding boxes coming up in output, and these are the details coming from backend. So if a car is not registered, then will not allow user to proceed to the next step. So now, as we have only this one image, we are uploading it again because there is a damage on front side. So now our three model will be working, and as you can see, there's an output image. All dents has been detected very accurately in this image, and car has been validated, damage has been validated, location is front, and severity is severe. So this is all about our capstone project demo. So now I'd like to ask my team member Shabir to proceed with the next explanation.
So yes, the main thing in this project was that firstly we faced many challenges. Obviously the model which we are using here is a deep learning model, and you know that you all must be at least knowing some basic idea that to make a deep learning model you will be needing lots of images. So for that what we did is that we went for web scraping. We scraped a lot of images from the internet, and we manually classified them into separate folders. And as Vikesh had shown you the demo, so you can see that on a single car image there are multiple deep learning models working in the backend, whether it's classifying whether it's a damaged car or not damaged car. It's also classifying at which part of the car the damage is, like it's on the rear side, back side, front side. And besides that, it's also calculating the severity of the damage. So for that what we did, we scraped a lot of images, we separated them into folders, and we individually made the models. We decided on whether to use transfer learning or not, tried with different transfer learning options too, like inception v3, vgj16, vgj19, and finally we went for densenet 201. So here what we found that the model accuracy was working very fine, and we got on every model we are getting like around accuracy of 80% on the test data set. So we went ahead with this option. So that was about the deep learning part. More part will be explained to you by Gurdeep.
So yeah, while we were working on this project, there were many issues, many challenges. Since we were still getting familiar with the deep learning concepts, we followed a very hands-on approach, trying to practically implement as we were learning. So our project, as Shabir said, that it has several modules. Initially classifying whether the car has damage or not, which part of the car the damage is present, or how severe the damage was. Now, for each of these modules, we had to create a different balanced data set, which was a very time consuming process since the number of images, as Shabir said, was a lot. And also, when I talk about convolutional neural network or transfer learning, it is very important to understand the underlying architecture of these models in order to tune them according to our data. Now, it did require us to have a conceptual understanding of how each layer acts and what it outputs, how the filter weight updation happens at the back propagation. So, significant theory and maths is needed. And another challenge was to increase the accuracy of all these models. Now, a lot of trial and error in terms of how deep or how many layers to add or what activation functions to use, since there is no fixed solution for your data, right? There's no fixed model that you can use. You have to optimize it. Now, lastly, integrating all these models to work together in a stepwise fashion was a major challenge that we faced. And also, this year has not been easy due to the pandemic and also the course and the capstone that was going on. So, um, like Zoom played a very important role in keeping us coordinated. Uh, and yeah, over to you, Pratik.
Hello everyone. So the technologies that we have used is Python, YOLO. YOLO is nothing but it is you only look once module that is an object detection algorithm that is known for its high accuracy while it's being able to run in real time due to its speed detection. We have used TensorFlow. TensorFlow is nothing but a framework used to create the deep learning networks that solve object detection problems. We have used Keras, we have used Flask and JavaScript to build a website, which was just showcased by our team. We have used Detectrons. Detectrons are nothing but an Facebook AI that we have used to segment the scratches and the dents. The color part that you see when we run the project that is done with Detectrons. We have used Google Colab. Google Colab is nothing but a tool provided by Google. It provides GPU and computational power, so we don't have to dependent on our system. We have used PostgreSQL to build our databases. We have created vehicle database, the user database, and the policy numbers. Thank you.
Yeah, so to summarize everything, just will I'll give a like brief on what we have used at what step. So first, like at start, we are detecting number plate. So we have used a YOLO there. Then for number recognition, we are using one external API because we don't wanted to spend much time on validation. It is if it is already available, why should we build on something from scratch? So we have done YOLO for number plate detection. Then in second step, we are doing number plate. Second step, we are doing damage detection, car detection, and then we are doing this classification of how on which side the damage it is. It is on the rear side, front side, or on the side of the car. So that we have done through image classification, and then we have done one severity assessment also, like low, medium, and high. So that we are doing through image classification as well. And at last, we are doing image segmentation. So for that, we have used Detectron 2. So it provides the ready-made algorithms, but we have used that for transfer learning, and we have like made our own implementation of it. So to detect scratch and dent. So that is all about our project.
And lastly, just I would like to add that what are our future plans regarding this project. So we are like now planning to upload this complete project onto the cloud and create API services which will be serving our mobile application, which through which directly you can just upload the image, and from that API services you will get the result. So this is all about our project and what all things we are into and what all things we are planning to add. So yes, that's it.
So it was a wonderful demonstration. I believe the individuals out there, the audience, they might have got certain idea about that. So also they might be curious to know, and also I'm also curious to know, because while working upon that project, not all of one go you might have got the success, the accuracy what you have got, though it's a in a pilot phase now. But still, what are the major challenges that you guys have faced while working upon that particular project? This is what I also wanted to know, and I believe this is what would be the query of the other individuals out there, because there are individuals who are working on these projects as well. And I also would like to open up for the audience as well. If anybody would be working upon these projects, if you would have any questions, there is a Q&A session in the Zoom session. You can put up your questions as well. I will try to, so you can ask your question with the experts, because they have been learning and implementing and acquiring their skills. So they would answer these questions. So also, this is, I want to know if you can highlight or pinpoint these pointers, that what are the major challenges that you have faced while working upon that image recognition, the different modules that you have created, that the complete project that you have worked on.
So the first challenge was that obviously collecting the data, right? We need data for building such kind of projects. So since this project had like particular data requirement where we needed the car images in different domains like damage, not damage, front part damage, rear part damage. So we had like scraped all these images first of all manually, and then we segmented these images into a balanced data set for each category. So this was the first and the foremost the most challenging part. Besides that, as I mentioned, that since it's a deep learning project, so how many layers to add, like, right? Deep learning is like we have to add number of dense layers, number of pooling layers, we have to add batch normalization. So how to set up these things, how many neurons to add in each layer, so this was one challenge. And besides that, since we are also using transfer learning in this case, so which transfer learning model to use, so which would be giving more accuracy, then one challenge was that if our model overfits, then how to control it, then how many dropout percentage in the deep learning model to add. So these were some of the challenges that we faced. And also one more challenge was that which database to use in this case. So since this is an open source project, so we went for PostgreSQL, and also the data requirement for our project was like sufficient in this PostgreSQL, so we went for that option. Besides that, one more thing was the web development part challenge of the project. Like once you build the model, that's fine, right? Building a model is a easier part, deploying a model is a complete beast kind of work you have to add in this. So that was one more challenge that we faced. So yes, but by our collective effort we were able to do it.
Anybody would like to add on any points? Vikesh, Gurdeep?
Yeah. So I'll add one more point here. As like, once the data is collected, we have to annotate. So data annotations took a lot of time for us because in YOLO, just we need to draw a bounding box for detection. But in image segmentation, we have to draw a polygon around it. So that took a lot of time. And as we know, like the data is readily not available for our project. So we have to scrape from websites where this like auctions take place, damage car auctions take place. So we have scraped from that, and we have scraped around 10,000 images, but out of that only 2,000 to 2,500 I guess we are using it. So we have done a lot of data pre-processing and cleaning part. So I believe that was the challenging part in this one.
Anybody would have any points to add on? Prateek or maybe Gurdeep? Though it's a teamwork you all have done, I understand. But if anybody you want to contribute or anything that Vikesh or maybe they might have skipped.
Yeah, I mean, as Vikesh has mentioned already, that in the life cycle of a project, the data collection part is one that takes a lot of time. But since we had those models, like once we finalized on them, like we wanted to present them in a cyclic manner, right? Like suppose the damage is happening, once the damage has happened, it goes to the next step. So integrating all these modules into our Flask application also did take a lot of time. And yeah, I think that was also a major challenge that we were dealing with once we were making this project.
Okay, so another inquisitiveness I would like to ask you, that I'm quite inquisitive, and also I believe the audience there also. So both of you are from a different segment. I mean, in terms of, though you all are from computer science background, but I believe that Gurdeep, you and Prateek, you are a fresher in that data science, absolutely in that vertical. And Shabir and Vikesh, you've been working, I believe, earlier for 2 to 3 years. You have worked in software development. So, how easier or tough it is for you? I would like to know each one of you. So, your experience. So, how easier or tough it was for you to cope up with that new? Because though you are working, two of you, but in a different segment altogether. You are not into core data science or AI or machine learning earlier. So, how easier or tough that transition for you, and how you have cope up with that, because it's an intensive field and it's a new domain as well for all of you. So how you have cope up with that challenge, starting from you, Vikesh? I would like to know from your point of view.
So I come from a technical background, and I already have a 2.5 years of experience in L&T Infotech as a software engineer. So I was already familiar with some of the programming languages, but Python was new for me. But as you know that I had experience, I was like easily able to adapt to this new language, and it took some time, but yeah, it was easy for me. Not that difficult as Gurdit and Pratik might have faced, but I would say yeah, it was easy. But going into this deep learning field, it was difficult for us because we were not experienced in it, and to make a project out of it in 3 and 4 months, it takes like a lot of dedication and self hard work. Yeah.
Gurdeep, we want to know your point of view as well.
Yes, I mean, in terms of the business domain knowledge, like we are fresher, we haven't really worked in that much of
So I would
it.
suggest you, Gurdeep, could you please put your microphone near to your mouth because your voice is
Hello?
yeah, better.
Yeah, so I was just saying that being a fresher, you're not from that, that you lack business domain knowledge in the project that we were working on. So that was the issue that we were facing. But considering the coding and the Python, so I had Python in my BSc Computer Science. So I had been coding um, there, and I was very comfortable with that language. So in terms of executing, I didn't face much of any issue. Um, but yeah, I mean, deciding on the business problem and coming up with a solution, that was a little difficult for me. And that is where the expertise of Vikesh and Shabir came into really help.
Pratik, we want to know from you also what challenges that you have faced being a fresher coming to that different domain altogether. Data science, though it's a different field altogether, it's a different domain. So how easy or tough? What are the challenges that you have faced? How you have cope up with that entire new things that you have adapted?
So the thing is, as I've done my BSc graduation in computer science, I've already studied Python and SQL in my graduation. So those were the subjects that were easy for me. But the machine learning and deep learning part were quite difficult as they were something new. But I learned them thoroughly, and I used to read something about them on the internet every day, as in how to do something and understand the new technologies that are used every day.
Okay. So coming to you, Shabir, you are from electronics and communication background, right? A different background altogether. And we have some questions in the Q&A. So guys, we'll be taking your questions. Let's have this, the question I asked about the challenges, let it get done. Then I'll come to your questions that you have asked in the Q&A session. So we want to know from you, Shabir, because you are from electronics and communication background. And there is a gentleman out there. His name is, I believe he's from, Dev Naik Kundu. So he is from electronics and communication background only, I believe. Okay. So now, what are the challenges that you have faced? Because you are working in some similar segments, but still, how tough or easier it is for you? How project helped you in terms of acquiring their skills and execute these projects that what you are the different technologies you are familiar with now. Your experience.
So I think, I guess I got the problem which the
If you could
gentleman
place
has,
your
that he's from a
microphone,
non-IT.
could you please place your microphone?
I think that I just got the problem which the gentleman is facing. So I think that he's from non-IT background and he's willing to go in this field, but he's like maybe he has some doubt. So frankly speaking, it's not a very big rocket science. If you like have a little dedication also to move toward this field, and everything is there outside for free, as well as Aegis they will help you. They have like faculties are there, so don't worry about that part. And some part, obviously, since you are from electronics and telecommunication background too, you must be aware about embedded coding. So if you are aware about embedded coding, Python is very easier to you to adapt. So it's just about the logic building, so even not even about coding. If you have a like straight logic, you can do machine learning and deep learning. It's just about the right direction. For me, it was that I just needed some motivation as well as the right direction, which I got from Aegis. So yes, and we were able to do it. So it was not a very big challenge for me. And also, since I come from a software development background, so some part I was definitely aware, like SQL I was aware about C++. So these all things are there. So If you have the logic, definitely adapting to Python or R is not a very big problem.
So that was my another question. Eventually, I thought to ask you that question from the audience point of view as well, because there are individuals always they are in dual mindset. Because data science is something which is a new oil. Everybody is talking about, it's a new industry 4.0 revolution that we are talking, where the industry is moving currently. So, okay, before asking that question, let me take another question from Himanshu Panwar is asking, how many categories that in the data sets that you might have taken regarding your project, the demonstration what you have given. So Himanshu, you can also see the questions they are asking in Q&A segment. So how many categories in the data sets that you have taken the data sets? How many categories have you taken this?
So yes, Himanshu, I'll answer you the question. So since we have 3 models working here, so first
Could you please
model
place
is
your
the
microphone near to your mouth? Sorry to disturb you.
yes. So yes, Himanshu, the answer to this question is, since we have multiple models. So first model is checking about the damage. All right. So here we have 2 segments. We have 2 categories. One is damage, one is non-damage. For the second model, that is checking the which part of the car is damaged. So for that we have the rear, front, and the back. So we have 3 categories here. And in the final model, which is checking the severity, so there we have minor, major, and moderate. So also here we have multi-class. So it's 3 categories basically. And in the first part, which is actually checking that whether it's actually a car or it's some other vehicle. So there, in this case, it's like we could have more than 3 categories. More than, I think it will be around 1,000 categories. So for this case particularly, we are also using transfer learning. So yes, that basically answers the question.
Okay, thank you. Anybody wants to add any point? Prateek, Gurdeep, Vikesh? I believe Shabir already answered that question. But if anyone of you want to put any points on that, yes.
Okay. So in last instance segmentation that we have done, we are using 2 categories, scratch and dent. So that is it all.
Okay. So now another question, we can take it from the audience only. So the attendees, they are asking, Aditya Rai is asking that question. Devnayak answer has already been given by Shabir, I believe. He's from electronics background, how to learn these techniques. So already Shabir had given the answer. Aditya is asking, Aditya Rai, if the number plate is not visible in your project, this is straight to your project, that question is coming to, and how we know the insurance of the car did by the user or not?
So yes, the answer to this question is very simple. We will just like add a field in the on the site where we will ask the user to directly enter the number of the car. If it's an authentic car, if it's an authentic user, so we will be having cross-checking fields on the database. So just add the number plate and just add even the registration number. If that matches with the SQL database, so yes, we are fine with the damage. So yes, there are also other options besides the number plate. There is a registration number. You can even put the image from the registration number beside the car. If that part of the car is damaged where the number is not visible, so yes, we can like cross check it.
Okay, I believe Aditya, you might got your answer. So anybody would have any questions, please feel free to ask your question. And also we are live in YouTube as well. So if anybody would be looking forward to ask any questions, so please feel free to ask your question. I will try to put the question across to the panelists we have done. Okay, so one question is asking how, because I believe Shabir, you and Gurdeep, you have talked about, and Vikesh, you also mentioned that. So that already you have mentioned that it's all about coding is not that tough. It's all about you have to have a kind of logical thinking ability. So somebody is asking that how to develop that logical thinking. I mean, if anybody wants to get into data science or AI, how to develop that logical thinking? All of you, if you can put your points on that question, how to build that logical thinking.
So
how
for for it was like logical thinking starts from the day you start applying for aptitudes, right? If you are in your graduation course, definitely you also must be looking for some
Please
placements.
place your microphone near to your mouth.
So yes, if you are on the verge of graduating from your colleges, definitely you will be like applying for aptitude test and all. So I think practicing aptitude test develops a lot of logic on your side. Besides that, you just go on indiabix.com and all, you will find tons of questions, tons of logical question, logic building questions. Try to solve them, start from one topic like probability, then you can start from time and work. This kind of things, you just try to solve the problems, and it will take time. Definitely it will take time, but gradually your logic building and your problem solving ability will increase.
Vikesh, Gurdeep, Prateek, you want to add any points on that? How to build the logic? Because all you have built the logic buildings. So
Yeah,
your own experiences. Yes, Gurdeep.
yeah. Actually, I mean, if you're comfortable with a particular programming language, you can always go check out any online platform where there are, suppose there's HackerRank and so, where you can practice different magnitudes, different levels of questions, um, and develop your logical thinking there as well. At least that has helped me with my logic.
Vikesh, you want to add any points on that?
Yeah, so one can start with like learning a simple C language, I would say, and then move to Python, and he can like practice their like skills on HackerRank, HackerRank, as Gurdeep mentioned. So they on that those website basically there are complex and easy level of question as well. So one can go there and like simultaneously solve once learning it. So it will be yeah help in developing this logical thinking, I believe.
Okay, Prateek.
So to build a logical thinking, so if you want to learn any programming part, so what you have to do is just make sure that you're proper in the basics parts. And as Vikesh and Gurdeep said, to practice, even I used to practice on HackerRank and Hacker Earth. So from there, even I developed my logical thinking part. And there are as well many books that will help you to that has questions related to programming, so you can do that. And for that logical part, I would like to add that always do a dry run before doing on the computer. So what I'm saying is that always when you try to code, write your code on the paper and then perform on the computer. It will help you better in coding.
All right. So coming back to the question I was asking to all of you. So it was on the same words which I believe one of the attendee has asked that. So coming from a different background, because see, when we talk about today, it is an era of Industry 4.0 revolution. I was asking, right? So it's all about which is backed up by your data science, AI, machine learning, cyber security is also coming in a big way. IoT is developing like anything. So this is an Industry 4.0 revolution. What we are talking about. So it's all about that data, which is a key. Mukesh Ambani's statement, it's a new oil, right? So everybody is defining it's a new gold, and a lot of things are coming up with the data science. So this is where the world is moving, the future is. So that's why there are individuals who are very much inquisitive to acquire these skills or who wanted to get into that data science or AI, but there is a building block in their head that always they feel that, okay, if somebody wants to get into the data science or AI or machine learning, one should be having a core background from coding, or it is all about software level development, or maybe some NASA kind of very high end technologies, or maybe some whims and frenzies like Tony Stark is working on his Jarvis platforms, right? And Iron Man stuff. So whether how far it is true and how one can easily able to cope up with that scenario, because it's a journey for you. You are acquiring the skills, and I believe your placements are still on. So which we have started, I believe. So you all are taking part on the placements, and hopefully you will have an amazing career as well ahead. So now, what would be your takeaway to those individuals? That what would be the mindset? How they can break that stereotype kind of mentality? Okay, data science is not for somebody who is from electronics background or electrical background, mechanical background, or maybe anybody who is coming from a different background altogether. So I would like to hear from all of you your points on that, because you have been acquiring these skills, and because of which you are able to achieve that the project what you all have worked upon. And so this is your life will be in and around with the data, right? It will not leave you anywhere. So we would like to know from you, starting from you, Vikesh, how easy or tough it is for anybody. The building block individual have got. Data science is only for those who are from core IT or core such backgrounds. Yes, please go
Yes.
on.
Yeah, so I don't believe that, because we have seen many of our friends in ages only that they don't come from technical background, but they have learned really well in last 1 year, and they are also like doing all these kinds of projects. So Yeah, it will take more time. I would not say like you both will understand each and every like thing or algorithm at the same pace. Yeah, but it will take some time. But if you like do it every day, some study, self study, even after this classes and all, like it should help you, and you should be like at somewhat similar level compared to those. So I believe, yeah, it is doable. It's not impossible.
Okay, so hard work is the point I have taken from you, Gurdeep.
Yes, sir. I mean, there are students that were not from a technical background and they are doing extremely well in this field. Because at the end of the day, these are basically just tools, machine learning, deep learning. It's basically for creating something. You have an idea, you have innovation. These are just a way of getting, reaching where you want to go, like in terms of creating something. So it's not like if you're not from an IT background, you can't choose data science or choose AI. It's absolutely nothing like that. Um, at the end of the day, it's all about your passion. If you're passionate about doing it, about learning, keeping self motivated, I think it is very much doable. Yeah.
Okay, Pratik, you're also a fresher and acquire these skills. Still, there's a long way to go because it's a completely research-oriented field. So you'll have to keep your thinking cap on all the time. You have to keep acquiring the new skills, right? This is a complete research-oriented segment. But in your own journey, so what would be the takeaway, or maybe a kind of advice you would like to give those individuals who have that mindset and they wanted to make their career in that data science or AI or machine learning, or what would be your point on that?
So I would like to, as Vikesh and Gurdeep said, I agree on that it's a doable thing. It's not something too hard. So I would like to say the main thing in that is to focus on your core subjects such as statistics, Python, SQL. So these are the core subjects that you must focus on. And as Gurdeep already said, that machine learning, deep learning, these are just tools. You just need to focus on your work and try to do your thing.
Good to go. And Shabir, want to know from you also.
So yes, our I'll talk about our batch. Like we had 30 people, and I guess it was a 50-50% divided batch. It was 50% technical guys, 50% were from non-IT background kind of stuff. So one thing I found that non-IT guys are very good at the business side. So they have like pretty good exposure about the business knowledge which is used in this domain, better than the technical guys. And at the end of the day, after 1 year, all are at equal level. They like did find some difficulties at the start of the course, but eventually after 1-2 months they were able to do all the things. And the mentors and all, even we guys each helped each other. So yes, it's doable. It's not a rocket science.
Okay, so good to know. So now I would like to sum up all these points what you have mentioned, starting from Vikesh and Gurdeep, Pratik, and you as well. So it's all about so individuals. So you can take it as a takeaway coming from the experts, the pro guys. I mean, who are acquire these skills, created a project ready to shoot up like anything in the market. So now it's all about the passion, which Vikesh has mentioned. It's all about your hard work, like Vikesh and Gurdeep has mentioned. Also, it's all about brush up your basics, like Pratik has talked about the statistics, because data science and AI and machine learning, it's all about majorly statistics and the mathematics part. And rest is the tool part. It is all about that. And like very well mentioned by Shabir as well, like it's all about your passion, your hard work. It's all about you need to focus and you have to have a passion and to get into that data science industry and AI. So world will be open, welcoming you with open hand. But yes, you have to put your efforts and the hard work, which is very much required. Okay. So now another point I would like to ask all of you, that what would be the takeaway, though you are also get placed within a week's or 2 weeks time because the placements are going on. So just started, I believe you must be aware about. So what would be the takeaway for those individuals who are watching you live, who are listening, who are sitting out there? What would be the baby step that one should take if they wanted to get into that data science or AI or machine learning? And also, In that question, if I can give you that much time, if you can break a myth, because individuals still think that data science is something a different island altogether. Machine learning and AI is something a different island, a disjointed island altogether, right? So this is there is no correlation in AI or data science. These are all some disjointed things altogether. So what would be your take on these points and the takeaway?
So I would like to tell you guys that all these things are actually connected. So if you start with machine learning, you will find the requirement that yes, you need some basics about statistics. If you like go into deeper into statistics, you will find that yes, these statistical models are actually machine learning. So yes, everything is interconnected. Like deep learning, it's just a subset of machine learning. And like once you go into this domain, this world is very big and everything is interconnected. So yes, they are not different fields. Yes, definitely the expertise in these fields are very different, but to get started, you can get started at a beginner level, and you have a full life to explore this domain.
Brilliant. And what would be your viewpoint, Vikesh?
Yeah, so I'll say that whoever
Because the
is
world
like,
will be following you, right? So they are following you, your footsteps, your advice, that what you will be telling them. So certainly they will follow that.
yeah,
So yes. So what would be your advice to these young guns, or maybe the working professional also, who are looking forward towards transition, who are attending that session, and who are listening and watching you on different live portals? So what would be your takeaway? How to start? How to do a transition?
yeah,
And the yes, please go ahead. Your viewpoint you would like to make.
yeah. So anyone who is interested into getting into this field, I would suggest that you first like start with a basic, or like on internet only, start enrolling for some small course. So once you get interested in learning it, I would suggest that you take a next step, because if you are not interested in the basic itself, I would say like you should not go into more technical if you are not interested. And start with at least one language, Python or R. So start with a Python or R, and then go in advance, like start with stats, and then after learning basic level of stats, you can proceed to machine learning, because in machine learning prerequisite is that you know some stats. Then I will say that you can go to deep learning and other field of AI as well. So starting from basic is something I would suggest.
Okay, Rudeep, your viewpoint on that? Your what would the takeaway you would like to give with
I
your
think
experience and that you have seen at Aegis, or maybe during the project that you have done? Please place your microphone near to your mouth.
I think what made me choose data science was since like there are statistical concepts there you're studying, but you know the applying part of it is what got me interested in data science, because these concepts we were actually able to apply to real world and how we are solving those real world problems. So that is one knowledge that I got, um, and also I got a very like with good exposure about such fields when I joined Aegis, and I got to learn a lot in terms of how um, these technologies are creating an impact, how they are being used in the real industry level approach. And, yeah, I think everything else was covered by Vikesh.
Okay, Pratik.
So as Vikesh mentioned, do the courses, learn the basics online. Yeah, I would like to say the same thing. Learn the basics from the internet. Start with something you really enjoy. You can also attend workshop for machine learning or data science. There are plenty of workshops over there. And my reason to choose data science was because of the computer vision part, the OpenCV and the YOLO. So the thing which you see currently, the fast tags, that is a part of a computer vision.
Okay, so with that, I got one more question that I just got from you only while you were discussing. So even that, I'm also inquisitive to know, though, and also I believe the audience will be, because I'm taking their vibes as well. So what I would like to know from all of you, that what made you think so? I mean, talking about your own as an individual. So you started thinking maybe almost 11 months before, a dream you might be having to get into the data science. So what motivated you? That okay, this is the area, because Shabir, you and Vikesh, you've been working as well, I believe, right, earlier. So what made you think so to leave your job, right, and even to take that call to leave your job and get into that particular upgrading your skills, acquiring their skills? So what made you think so? I would like to have a quick, pointers from you guys, your overview on that.
So yes, I would like to start. So yes, my job was a decent job. It was not a very bad job, but working in an MNC, things were getting very redundant. After the learning curve was very steady. After 6 months of time, it was like I was doing the same thing again and again. So that thing was very frustrating for me because I like challenging tasks. At the starting of a phase of my job, I was learning a lot of things, and once I was very comfortable with the job, so I thought that yes, this is the time to move, this is the time to upgrade my skill. If I don't do so I yes, you can see the amount of competition which is out there, especially in this complete IT data science field and all. So yes, one should keep one should be always on his toes if you are planning to go in this field.
It's 5
But
o'clock.
yes, it's also, yeah.
Vikesh?
Yeah, so as I said that I was working at L&T Infotech for 2.5 years, and as Shabir mentioned that learning curve is get steady after some time. So you do the same repeated task. So I came across Python at that time, and I started doing automations for my daily task. Then I got to know about this data science field because I've already like not learning much in my current field. So I started learning Python, and I got to know about data science, and I like then came up with like I should like upgrade my skill into this field. So I joined Aegis, and in last 1 year I say I've learned a lot about statistics, maths, deep learning, all the stuff related to AI. So yeah, that's it.
Gurdeep, though you have mentioned, but still, what made you, how data science happened to you? I mean, how did it
Well,
happen?
frankly speaking, it was very interesting to know how data was actually being used in the industry and how algorithms and statistics was being used and the way it was being used. So I think all those things got me really interested, and then that's when I came across data science. So yeah, I decided to proceed.
Pratik, we want to know from you also, what made you think so that this is something you should look forward as a career option as a data science? So how did that happen?
So the thing was, I was never interested in the conventional software engineering part. And in my final year of my BSc, we had a subject data science. So that made me look into the subject more, and I chose to do the data science course.
Okay. So somebody is asking another question that should we refer YouTube for that stuff? Like we all talked about the basis to brush up your base on statistics or Python or some deep learning concepts. So there are a lot of tons of content available on YouTube. So somebody is asking whether they can refer to YouTube for such statistics, deep learning, and etc. These kind of stuff.
Yes, definitely you can start with YouTube. Like there are a lot of people who make excellent videos on YouTube. One guy which I used to refer statistics for was Joshua Starmer. His videos like are excellent, and there are many people who make excellent videos. Sandex is there, and these all guys are there. But yes, I would also like to mention that on YouTube you will find the stuff on a very basic and generic level. If you want to go onto a very deeper phase, so you should not refer YouTube at that stage. At the start, it's perfectly fine to use YouTube or any other resource which is openly available.
Okay, so I would like to add upon, like there are other portals as well. You all must be aware about Coursera is there, Udemy is there, edX is there, who provide various free courses, basics courses on statistics for data science, or maybe some basic modeling or Python, basic Python programming on Coursera YouTube that is available. Then also there is another very good portal I personally come across, which is a Khan's Academy. You must be aware about that. So they also
Yes,
make a very
Khan's
good
Academy.
videos, right? As per the Indian understanding, because if you go to Coursera and edX, you might be listening to those recorded videos of these English individuals. Sometimes individuals are not able to relate the kind of dialect or the diction what they have got while communicating. So they can refer to the Khan's Academy as well. So they have a very good sessions on basics Python, basic statistics. So yes, one can easily, like Shabir you mentioned, one can refer, coming back to the question, you can refer to the YouTube. Why not? Very much. There are very good sessions which is available. And also I would add on, like you can also refer to Aegis as well, Aegis TV, in which we are live now. There are a lot of content available on our channel as well. You can refer to these contents as well, which is available. So now it was wonderful communicating with all of you. And one last ending note I would like to know from you, a concluding remark from all of you, that what would be your piece of advice, word of wisdom to the individuals out there, a concluding remark from all of you. Starting from you, Shabir, then yes.
So yes, my concluding remark will be like, if you are planning to make your career into this field, so don't waste any more time. Start from this day itself, research from this day itself, and research on the basics. That whether these things are getting you interested or not. If it's getting you interested, then don't waste more time to decide that yes, should I go here, should I go. No, this field is like damn exciting. I you should definitely go in this field. So that is my piece of advice to people.
Mukesh, coming to you.
Yeah, so anyone who is interested into getting into this, I would suggest that, yeah, don't waste more time, as it is already like booming in this last 5 to 6 years. So I would say, yeah, if you are hardworking and passionate into about this field, you should like get your skills upgraded within 1 or 2 years. Yeah.
Udit?
Well, I'll just say that if it interests you, I think you should try learning the basic, learning about the technologies on your own. And if you're still passionate about it, then I think you should pursue it. And yeah.
Pratik, your concluding remark?
I would like to just say that what if you want it, whatever you want to do, just be honest with yourself and give your 100% into it.
All right, brilliant. It was wonderful communicating with all of you, and thank you so much for taking time on this Sunday evening and sharing your knowledge with the individuals, the knowledge seekers, the individuals who are the fence sitters, who are just like you, who might be working. They wanted to make a switch in data science, or there are freshers out there, like from different domains altogether. It was a wonderful session. I believe all of them, they might have taken a note on the valuable piece of advice that you have given as per your own experience that you have faced, you are facing, and during acquiring and upgrading your skills. So all the very best to all of you as well for your future. And thank you so much for interacting with us. And thank you to all the audience who have taken the time on this Sunday evening and gathered together from this wonderful session what we have. Thank you so much, guys, and all the very best for your future endeavors as well. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you, and
Thank
all
you.
the
Thank
best
you.
to all the guys out there. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.